Hello. How is everyone today? It's 5:30 Central Time, and we are here for some yoga. If you're just joining, thank you for being here. We're going to be doing a little bit of upper body today. I had a request for some arms and some upper body stuff. If you have any requests, any areas you'd like to work on, go ahead and pop something in the comments. Let me know you're here. If you're cool where you're at, stay where you're at. We're going to start with our breathing really soon. No need to comment. Just let's get right for yoga. But if you're feeling called and you want to let me know what you want to work on today, you can go ahead and put it in the comments. And hope everyone is feeling pretty refreshed after a long weekend. Hi, Cheryl. Neck. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I know that that extra day was really awesome to have. At least I really enjoyed it. So feel like the week is flying by, but let's go ahead and jump in. I'm glad you guys are here. Go ahead and take a comfortable seat on your mat. Start settling in, focusing on your breath. Wherever it's at, let it be wherever it's at. We'll play a little bit with 3-part breath today. So we've been doing a lot of belly breath if you've been joining me for the last couple weeks. Belly breath is a great, really basic, also challenging, a little bit backwards if you're not used to it, breath to practice, but you start using it in your day and all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I'm practicing yoga right now. So we're going to be working a little bit into 3-part breath, expanding on that. And you can always go back to your belly breathing anytime you want during your practice. So I'm going to join you on the mat. We'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'll stop talking and let's begin. As you're in your comfortable seat, hands can come to your knees. Palms can be face down. Maybe you want them face up. If you prefer to take a mudra, maybe you bring your thumb and your forefinger together. Everything's okay. Elongate through your spine, sitting up nice and tall. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. And then as you exhale, let your shoulders fall back down towards the ground. When you inhale, bring your shoulders up again. And then when you exhale, let them fall heavy. On your inhale, bring your shoulders up one more time. And as you exhale, let them fall heavier. All right, allow your eyes to fall to a close. And all you need to do now is watch your breath. While we watch your breath, we're simply bringing awareness to what our breath is doing, how our breath is feeling, where our breath is traveling in and out of our body. And anything else that you notice inside or outside of you is awesome. Maybe you have some sensations, maybe your foot's falling asleep, maybe your right shoulder is really knotted up and just painful, or you're feeling pretty good. You had a nice weekend and good day at work or a good day at home. So just notice what you notice with your breath. When you take your inhale, see how your breath feels on your nostrils, where it travels into your body. And then when you exhale, empty all the air out. Maybe you use an HA sound or a sigh. This is a cleansing breath. Your cleansing breath allows you to deepen your surrender just a little bit more. So feel free to use that at any point in the practice. I tend to use it a lot, just as a reminder for you guys to come back to it. So inhale and then exhale. Maybe your HA has a sound, maybe it's just more breathy. Everything is okay. Let's begin to deepen our breath a little bit here. So on your inhale, let's do like a 4, 5, maybe a 6 count inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Surrender. Continue taking long, slow breaths in and out. You can allow your eyes to come back to open. I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to show you guys the 3-part breath just so you can have a visual of it before we start. But keep breathing in and out, nice and long breaths. So we're going to be working on our belly, which is going to be our first part. We're going to be working on our rib cage, our midsection here. And we're going to be working from our chest all the way up to our collarbones. That's part 3. So we've got area 1, area 2, area 3. When we breathe, we're going to breathe all the way down into our belly. So our belly is going to push out and expand, hitting part 1. And then we're going to move our hands to our midsection, and we're going to push all of our air into our rib cage, almost as if we're going horizontal here. When you can't get any more horizontal, you start bringing your air up into your chest, and you fill it up, all the way to your collarbone. And then when you get all of your air in, you empty out from the top down. So your chest collapses, your ribs come back in, and your belly draws in and up. So it's almost like a wave of breath that's happening in your body. So go ahead and place your hands right by your belly. And on your inhale, we're just going to take a belly breath first, part 1. Inhale, push your belly out. Exhale, hands come to your spine. Draw your belly button in and up. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, belly. Exhale, belly button to spine. Now we're going to do belly and rib cage. Inhale into your belly. Rib cage. Exhale, collapse your rib cage. Keep your belly pushed out, and then draw your belly button in and up at the very end. Let's do one more of those. Inhale into your belly. Rib cage. Rib cage comes back in. Now your belly draws in and up. Adding our 3rd part in. Inhale into your belly. Rib cage. Fill up your chest. All the way up. Exhale, chest first. Then your rib cage comes in. Then your belly button draws up. So see if you can feel these different areas moving up and down when we get to each part. Inhale, belly rises. Rib cage, chest, chest, rib cage, belly. Let's take a few more breaths like that. Inhale. Inhale. Let's do one more together. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale. Placing your hands back on your knees. Allow yourself to return back to your normal breath. Maybe your eyes fall to a close, and you can take a little bit of time here to reflect and notice how you feel in your body and your mind after taking a little bit of time working on a different way of breathing. Maybe it felt like work, maybe it was a little challenging, maybe it was a little awkward, maybe you really liked it, maybe you didn't. I tend to feel really tingly after I spend time breathing, getting all that oxygen flowing in our blood. So I like spending time in breath work. It's a fun sensation. So whatever you notice is great wherever you're at. Just notice what you notice and be okay with that today. Give yourself permission to be exactly who you are in your skin, in your capacity at the level that you're at in all areas today as you practice. We'll go ahead and we'll set an intention for our practice tonight. My favorite question to do this is, what brings you to your mat tonight? You can set an intention using maybe one word or maybe a phrase or something that you're working on in your life. Sometimes people come to yoga for the mind work or the body work or the spirit work. So whatever it is that you're working on, what brings you to your mat tonight? And then just take a couple breaths and let that sink into your body. As you're breathing, see if you can calm yourself enough to hear your heartbeat. Once your intention is set, go ahead and think of one or more things that you're grateful for today. We had almost 90-degree weather here in Wisconsin today, so I am so grateful for that. I am one of those, it's never hot enough for me. So I'm grateful for the heat today. But whatever you're grateful for, what makes you smile, what makes your heart sing. And when you have your gratitude done, go ahead and blink your eyes back open to the space. We'll begin with our seated warm-up. We're going to go nice and slow today. We are going to be working into the upper body and the arms per request. So we'll add some other things in too, but it's going to be more of an upper body focus today. All right, let's go ahead and start with neck. I know Cheryl wanted to do a little bit of neck work today. So left hand out at your side on the mat. You can either have tented fingers or maybe a flat hand. Allow your right ear to come to your right shoulder in that direction. And as you're here, allow your belly to rise out and expand on the inhale and to fall back towards your spine on the exhale. Draw your belly button in and up. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more in this next stretch, go ahead and take your right hand, place it on your left ear, and just apply a little gentle pressure on the top of your head, drawing your right ear closer to your right shoulder. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, go ahead and bring your head back up to center. I like to use my hand because sometimes my neck feels just like a little overstretched and I need a little support, so I just push myself right back up. Right hand comes down to the mat. Left hand can be at your knee, or if you're taking a deeper stretch here, go ahead and put your left hand on your head. Left ear to left shoulder. Go ahead and begin to open up your neck and find your belly breath once again. With every inhale and every exhale, connect to your intention of what brings you to your practice tonight. See how much focus you can keep on your intention throughout. Even if your intention is just to breathe and breathe and breathe and remember to breathe and keep breathing with your belly breath, because obviously you're going to be breathing. If you'd like to take this a bit deeper, go ahead and add that left hand in. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale. Exhale. Belly rise. And release. Go ahead and bring your head back to neutral. Take a couple neck rolls just to get a full extension front and back. If you have any neck issues, do be careful on the way back. Maybe you just come straight across. On your inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, your chin comes to your chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin comes up towards the ceiling. And inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale. Let your breath guide you as you take a couple rounds of breath here. Maybe your circles are faster, maybe they're slower. I always like to tell people in these neck stretches, if you find a spot as you're doing a neck circle where you're just like, oh, it feels so good right there, go ahead and stay in that spot for just a couple breaths, really focusing your intention and your breath there to see where you can open and where you can release. Go ahead and switch directions where you're at. Go the opposite way now. Left ear to left shoulder. As you inhale, your belly rises. Exhale, belly button comes in and up. Take one more round of breath wherever you're at. Medium back and neutral. Right hand is coming down towards your hip. Left arm is going to reach up and over. On your exhale, you're taking over to the right side, opening up the left side body. So keep both sits bones rooted on the ground. Reach up and over, pushing your left rib cage out to the left-hand side. Maybe you have a slight bend in your right elbow. Maybe you have a deeper bend, taking it down a bit lower. But just remember, both sits bones on the ground. Otherwise, come back out a little ways and keep reaching. So go ahead and play with that. As you inhale, belly rises. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Open up your chest and shoulder, bringing the left shoulder down the back. And reach a little further. One more in, one more out. Exhale. Your inhale brings both arms all the way up. Reach tall. Exhale. Left hand down. Right arm is going up and over to the left side, pushing your right rib cage out to the right side, putting a bend in your left elbow, keeping both sits bones rooted into the ground, and rolling the chest open, shining the heart forward, and reaching a little further with that right arm. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more in, one more out. Inhale brings both hands back to center. Moving into our twist, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind your hip. Inhale, reach up tall through your spine. As you exhale, twist from your belly button out over your right knee. Then follows your shoulders, then follows your neck, taking your gaze behind your right shoulder. Inhale into your belly. As you exhale, maybe you twist a little deeper. So you'll really feel some core work because we're twisting from our belly button. If you find yourself really pulling with your arm, go ahead and release your hand and twist with your core. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale brings us back center. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Inhale, lengthens our spine, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, belly button comes out over our left knee. Our shoulders twist, and maybe our gaze comes behind our left shoulder. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fall. One more in, one more out. Reaching to rise, inhale. Exhale, float your hands down towards the floor, coming forward as far as you can. Reaching, spread out your fingers and your hands as wide as you can. Just get a nice stretch. Feel all four corners of your hands on the floor. Maybe let your head come down, relaxing those neck muscles. Inhale into your belly and exhale, melt a little deeper into the floor. Inhale, fill all the way up throughout your back body. Exhale, surrender. On your inhale, walk your hands back to your seat. We're going to uncross our legs, taking the opposite cross. Whichever foot was in front now comes behind. Resituate, reach up a little taller than you think you can. And as you exhale, fold forward as we continue to open up the back side of our body, our hips, creating some space between our vertebra and our rib fascia. Maybe circle back to your intention of what brings you to your practice tonight. Inhale, bring your hands back to your seat, placing your hands behind your hips, fingertips pointing towards the top of your mat. Draw your shoulders down and back, lift your chest up, and push the floor away. Breathe into your belly. Head can stay neutral, or if you'd like to open up the front of your neck muscles, tip your chin towards the ceiling and let your head come back. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. One more in, one more out. Walking yourself back forward on your inhale. Place your hands in front of you and roll forward onto all fours. Coming into tabletop. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders. Knees are going to be underneath your hips. Tops of the feet are going to come in contact with the mat. And you're going to have a nice neutral spine, gaze looking down in between your fingers and your two hands. As we're here, we're going to work a little bit of balance, a little bit of core. So if you are new to yoga, if you're tired today, if you're just not feeling like it, or you're really ready to rock and roll with core, we're going to do a 3-point balance and a 2-point balance. So if you're just starting out, stick with the 3-point balance and maybe try the 2 if you're feeling up for it. Rounding down through our right hand, go ahead and extend your left heel out behind you. Toes pointing down towards the floor and keeping your hips parallel to the floor. So if you notice that your left hip kind of opens up, go ahead and turn your left hip back down towards the floor. Nice long straight leg behind you. So this is our 3-point balance. You can stay here and work on your breath. Or if you'd like, you can extend your right arm forward, reaching in opposite directions, almost as if you're being pulled or stretched 2 ways. Remember to draw your belly button up towards your spine. So if you notice your back has a little bit of an arch, go ahead and draw your belly button up towards your spine, flatten out the top of your back. So option to stay right here. If you'd like to add movement, you can do this in either one of the variations. Your knee is coming in towards your chest, and if your arm is out, your knee is coming to your elbow. So you're either here, bringing knee to elbow, Warrior here, bringing knee to elbow. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale. 5. 4. 3. 2. Inhale. And exhale, crunch one last time. Reaching out, stretch, 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 and bring hand and knee back to the earth. In yoga, we like to keep it even, so we will go ahead and do the opposite side. Yay for us. Grounding down through our left hand, right heel extends long behind, toes pointing down towards the floor. Option to stay right here, remembering to keep your hips parallel to the floor. Instead of opening up here, go ahead and come back down, right hip down towards the floor. If you're doing 2-point balance, left arm reaches out. Belly button up to your spine. Connecting to your belly breath. And if you're ready to add some movement, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Knee to elbow. Inhale. Let's do 5 more together. 5. 4. 3. 2. And exhale one more time. Bring it in. Inhale once more, reaching long, 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 both directions. Exhale, hand and foot back to the mat. Go ahead and sink your tailbone towards your heels. Take a quick little child's pose. Bring your arms out in front of you, forehead down towards the mat. Taking a couple breaths here. Letting your air fill all the way up from your belly. Seeing where you can create some more space and maybe where your air is still getting stuck in certain areas of your body. And as you exhale, see where you can soften. Where can you let go? What tension are you holding that you can release? One more inhale, one more exhale. On your inhale, coming back up to tabletop. We're gonna do a little bit of wrist before we go into our upper body stuff. Go ahead and point your fingertips towards your knees. Option to stay right here. If you'd like, you can also sink your tailbone towards your heels. This is just going to intensify the stretch a bit more. If you'd like to bring your hands closer to your knees, you can sit all the way back. This just provides a different variation of the stretch. So just do it feel comfortable. Try not to go too far. Our wrist muscles are pretty tiny, so we can kind of overdo it pretty quick without realizing it. So if it feels a little too much, just come out of the stretch a little bit. Take this time to reconnect back to your intention. Pointing your fingertips back towards the top of the mat. Take an inhale and an exhale. Tops of the hands come to the mat and fingertips point towards the knees. Maybe you do one hand at a time. Maybe you do both. This stretch can be pretty intense for a lot of people, so maybe you just do one hand at a time to give yourself a little extra support. And then you flip your opposite hand. Keeping a slight bend in your elbows will also take some of the intensity away, but try to keep your arm fairly straight because you're going to get a stretch all the way up your forearm. Breathe through any sensations that you're feeling. On your inhale, flip your hands back and forward. Walk yourself into your tabletop. And we're going to work on our shoulders. Left hand down in front of your face. Right hand is going to reach out to your side. As you exhale, take your right hand underneath your left. Bringing your right shoulder to the mat. Reaching your right hand as far to the left as you can. Left hand is going to stay planted underneath your shoulder. You can stretch it out in front and turn your shoulders parallel to the floor. Or you can bring your left hand up towards the ceiling and do a little bit more of a slight twist here, opening up the chest. So go ahead and take the variation that feels best for you, where you want to work, where you want to play. Once you get there, send your air into your belly, let it rise. Exhale, where can you soften in your body? Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, rise. Exhale, surrender. Let's do 2 more in, 2 more out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Wherever your left hand is, bring it back underneath your left shoulder, pushing yourself back up into your tabletop. Maybe wiggle out your shoulders a little bit. Right hand comes in front of your face. Left arm reaches out to your side. As you exhale, left hand comes underneath the right arm. Reaching your left hand as far to the right as you can. Face coming to the mat. Right hand can stay under the shoulder. Again, you can reach it all the way out in front of you, turning both shoulders parallel to the floor. Or maybe you take your right hand and send it all the way to the ceiling, opening up your chest, doing a slight twist here. Whenever you get wherever you want to play, start your belly breathing. Inhale to create space. Exhale to surrender. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, rise. Exhale, soften. Let's do 2 more in, 2 more out. Exhale. Right hand comes underneath right shoulder from wherever it is, pushing yourself back up in a tabletop. Bring your knees wide to the outer edges of the mat. Send your tailbone back towards your heels and stretch your hands out in front of you. Child's pose, opening up into our hips. Taking a couple breaths here, circling back to your intention for your practice, focusing on your breath, remembering what it feels like on the inhale and how it feels to empty out on the exhale. Maybe you get so silent you can hear your heartbeat during your practice. Staying in our child's pose, walk your hands to the outer right side of the mat, maybe the top right-hand corner. Arms extended long, really reaching. Inhale, breathe into your left side body. And as you exhale, see where you can soften and surrender and sink and melt into your mat. Just rest right here in your child's pose. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Reach long for just an inhale and an exhale. And your next inhale, walk your hands to the outer edge of the left side of the mat or the top left-hand corner. Reaching as far as you can, up and out. Inhale into your right side body. And as you exhale, soften and melt. Surrender, let go, right onto the mat, resting in your child's pose. Letting your breath fill you up, and as you exhale, keep softening. Two more in, two more out. On your inhale, walk your hands back towards the center, reaching out long for an inhale and an exhale. Coming back up into your tabletop. Keep your hands out in front of you, but just move your knees back underneath your hips. So you're going to be a little wider than tabletop. From here, we're going to melt our chest down towards the floor. Keep your tailbone up. Walk your hands out a little further. Let your chest come down towards the floor. Forehead can rest on the floor. And reach your arms out long. Opening up the back sides of the shoulders, moving down a little bit into the lats. Inhale. Exhale. Send your tailbone high. Melt your chest maybe a little closer to the floor. Reaching out through your arms nice and long. Two options to deepen this stretch. You can either tent your fingers, coming up on all 10 of your fingers, lifting your palms off of the mat, forearms off of the mat. So just give you a different stretch. Or you can go ahead and work on bringing your chin to the mat instead of your forehead, allowing your gaze to look out past your fingertips, opening up the front of your neck muscles, deepening the stretch a little bit towards the back of the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. See where you can find softness, especially when you're challenged. Whenever we can find softness in the challenge, it's a lot more graceful to navigate on the mat and in your life. Inhale and exhale. 2 more in, 2 more out. On your exhale, big HA sound to release and surrender. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it all out. Leaving your hands where they are. Shift yourself forward until your belly comes to the mat. We'll do a little bit of a Sphinx pose here. Place your elbows right underneath your shoulders, hands out in front. Draw your shoulders down and back, almost as if you're pulling your chest forward and up, pushing the floor down. Feet long behind you. If you notice that your cheeks are clenched, go ahead and just give yourself a little shake and relax. We're working on opening the chest, drawing the shoulders down and back, and pulling forward, pushing down and pulling forward. Find your belly breath in and out. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Continue to push the floor away, pull your chest forward and up. One more in, 1 more out. Exhale, lower your chest all the way down to the mat, bringing one cheek to the mat. Either one is fine. Arms can come out long to either side, straight out, or maybe you keep your arms in a 90-degree bend in cactus arms. Taking a little rest here, we're going to start opening up the chest and the shoulder. So depending on how this feels on your shoulder, you might have to play with it a little bit, especially if you're newer to yoga or your body's just feeling a little different today. If your arms are straight out, that's going to feel one way. And if you're in the 90-degree bend, that's going to feel another way. So maybe try both variations just to see which one you want to hang out in today and work on with your intention. On your inhale, I'm going to start out with a straight arm. Right arm reaches out long. Left arm comes underneath your left shoulder. Go ahead and bring your forehead neutral to the mat. And as you exhale, push yourself open with your left hand, rolling over your right shoulder. Your left leg can be long. Or if you'd like, you can put a bend in your left knee and bring your foot behind your right knee. And once you're here, find your breath. If you want to try the opposite variation, bring yourself back center to avoid injury. Put a bend in your arm and then exhale, open yourself back up. See how that changes the stretch in your chest and in your shoulder, because it's going to feel a little different. And then if you want to go back to the other one, come back center. Pick whichever variation feels good in your body today, wherever you want to work. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fall. Inhale. Exhale, surrender. 1 more in, 1 more out. On your exhale, bring yourself back to neutral. Allow the opposite cheek to come to the mat.
Arms can be stretched out straight to the sides, or you can be in your 90-degree bend. Taking a couple breaths here. Let the body rest. Moving over to the left side. Straight arm out to the left side. Right hand comes underneath right shoulder. As you exhale, open up your left side chest. Leg can stay long, or you can put a bend in your right knee, bringing your right foot behind your left knee. This just helps you open up and gives you a little bit more leverage to twist back over your left shoulder. For some people, this just isn't really a comfortable position. And so if your legs are just long down your mat, that's perfectly fine too. So just see what your body wants to do. And maybe you just kind of start working your foot back just to kind of help you move deeper into the stretch. If you're looking to do the other variation, bring yourself back to center. Put a 90-degree bend in your left arm. And then as you exhale, roll back open. Sending your air right into the chest. And inhale and exhale. Whichever variation you're in, allow yourself to be right there. You're going to change. Remember to come center. Exhale, come back into it. Take this time to recall your intention of what brings you to your practice tonight. Find stillness in your breath. Push pause on your mind. Let's do 2 more breaths in and out. As you exhale, HA, let it go. 1 more in, 1 more out. Coming back to center. Arms can be out long to either side, bringing the opposite cheek to the mat, or maybe your arms are in your 90-degree bend. Taking a moment to rest here. On your next inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, pushing yourself up into your tabletop. Send your tailbone down towards your heels. Maybe you keep your knees and your feet together this time in your child's pose, working on opening up your lower back. Almost like you're bringing yourself into a little ball. Let your hands wrap around down towards your heels. Maybe they reach, maybe they don't. Once you have your hands down by your feet, let your shoulders and your chest melt over your knees, shoulders coming down towards the floor, arms becoming heavy. With every exhale, let yourself sink a little deeper into the mat. You find yourself holding tension in your body. On your exhale, see where you can soften. One more inhale, one more exhale. Bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up. we're making our way to our seat. So go ahead and get there however you'd like. Sliding yourself about towards the middle of your mat. Feet can come long down the mat. A little bit more shoulders before we move into our final Shavasana. Hands come behind you. Pinkies almost to touch, or at least they're facing each other. And you're going to walk your hands towards the very, very bottom of your mat. Opening up your shoulders. Stopping where you feel like that is just enough. If you need to, you can maybe bend your knees if that feels a little better for you. Just kind of listen to what your body is needing. If you find that your hands are way out here just to keep getting further and further back, go ahead and work on bringing those pinkies to almost touch. I don't even know where my pinkies are right now. Inhaling and exhaling, letting the belly rise and fall. Inhale and exhale. One more in, one more out. Slowly release the arms, flip your hands back forward and push yourself up. I'm going to give you one more stretch that's going to work into your neck, your trap muscles, your mid-back, a little bit into your shoulders. It'll be really helpful if you have a wall in front of you or near you. So I'm going to demo this, and if you're able to do it, great. If you don't have a wall near you, I'll just show you how to do it. You can stay right where you are, and maybe you circle back to it a little bit later. I'm going to use a block just for a visual. So I'm going to hold the block in between my thumb and my forefinger, placing the block on the wall, elbows on the wall, and hands flat against the wall. Drop the block on my face. I'm going to work on bringing my head in between my arms and keeping my elbows as close together as I can. And then I'm going to move my head from the left and the right side. And I start noticing that my muscles here really have a lot of pulling and have the ability to open. So if you have the wall, go ahead. You can use the block, or if you don't have a block, your hands are just thumbs almost touching, elbows straight down from your hands, letting your head come between your arms, and then moving your head to the left and to the right side, allowing your back, your upper neck, and your trap muscles to get a good stretch here. Your elbows are going to tend to want to go out to the side, so keep drawing them back in and maybe reset. Come back in. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale. Let yourself keep opening. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Slowly coming back up. Find your way back to your mat. Maybe you're already there. I just wanted to give you that one because I've been doing it outside of my yoga practice, and it's just been so beneficial. I've been wanting to share it with you guys, but I keep forgetting. So there it is for today. Let yourself roll all the way down to the mat, bringing your spine to rest, feet long, ankles down towards the bottom corners of the mat. Hands stretched down at your sides, palms facing up. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Inhale, breathe into your belly. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to lengthen your breath on the inhale and the exhale, slowing yourself down. Taking a quick body scan from your toes all the way up to the top of your head. Where can you release? Where can you let go? Where can you soften? With your exhales, allow yourself to get heavier and heavier on the mat. Let your eyes fall to a close if they're not already there. Feel yourself melting and melting. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Gently part your lips. Relax your eyebrows and your forehead. Soften your cheekbones and your jaw muscles. And as you continue to breathe, maybe circle back to your intention, or you let yourself just sink into a restful, surrendered silence. Pushing pause on all thoughts, knowing that you can come back to them after practice. They'll still be there. Continue to rest, and we'll be here for a few minutes, so the sound of my voice will bring you back out of Shavasana, and we'll close out our practice together. But for now, just breathe and rest, sinking deeper and deeper into your mat. Begin to deepen your breath into your belly, letting it rise and fall. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly waking the body back up into the space. Inhale, arms up overhead, feet long below, taking a full body stretch. And as you exhale, bring your knees up towards your belly button and roll over to either your left or your right side, allowing your head to come to your arm like a pillow, finding fetal position. Pausing here for just a beat, allow yourself to integrate your practice into your body, reflect on your intention, what you learned about yourself and your intention in your practice this evening.
And when you're feeling ready, go ahead and bring yourself back up to seated. Hands can meet in prayer. Eyes can stay closed if that feels good for you. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, however you're feeling, give yourself a little bit of grace as you learn to navigate challenging situations, new situations, different situations. Give yourself grace. Inhale and exhale. Thank you, friends, for sharing your practice with me this evening. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light that is you. Namaste. Hello, hello. Take your time coming out of your yoga practice, especially if you're in the yoga blissy space. If you're feeling like you need a longer shavasana, please feel free to go back into that and just rest and restore. Our next yoga class is going to be right here at 5:30 Central on Thursday. So if you are wanting to do some more yoga, it's going to be a 30-minute practice. So it's a little bit shorter. It allows you to be able to get more stuff into your day, maybe not do quite as long of a yoga class. If you're new, it's great. Or if you just don't have as much time, something I've been trying out for a couple of weeks. And if you're liking it, great. And if not, we've got hour-long yoga on Tuesday, 30-minute yoga on Thursday, and chair yoga on Saturdays. So feel free to invite your friends, have them come and play to move and breathe. And feel free to pop anything over into the comments. Cheryl, nap time, absolutely. Go for it, girl. All right. I will see you guys on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Central Time for some more yoga. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you soon.